The latest Nintendo Switch 2 Direct was one of the best directs I've seen in a long time. But towards the last half of the Direct, my hype for the console died when they announced the prices of some of their games. Here's my opinion on the prices. I think the console itself is justifiable. It's up there, don't get me wrong, it is up there. But it's justifiable. The games, however, are egregious. $80 to $90 games were a rarity, or in some cases, are mainly priced that way because most of the time, you are getting more than just the game itself. For example, a collector's edition of a game, and those editions usually comes with a physical or digital soundtrack, an art book, an exclusive physical game case, a keychain of some characters, exclusive in-game items. Basically, the whole point of paying a premium was because you were getting more out of your purchase. You were getting more value. Well, hopefully. As of this recording, the base Nintendo Switch 2, not the Mario Kart bundle, mind you, but the base Nintendo Switch 2 is currently priced at $450. If you're like me, and you like to buy games physically, well, you're going to be breaking the bank. Picture this. Let's say you want to buy 3 brand spanking new Nintendo Switch 2 games physically. That's already $270 without tax, assuming the physicals are actually priced at $90 and $240 if it's priced at $80. So that's already more than half of what you paid for the Switch 2, for 3 games. And what do you get out of that increase in price? Absolutely nothing. The physical game cases are most likely going to be similar to the Switch 1 cases, and the game carts themselves, besides some internal changes, are practically the same. So why are people defending this? What do you even gain by defending this? You, as a consumer, are paying more for less. If you pay more money for games, you get less money to spend. It's not that complicated. And even if you don't like Nintendo, this could also affect you as well. If Nintendo is able to get a mass percentage of their consumer base to buy into this price range, other companies will see Nintendo's success and follow suit. Because why wouldn't they? Especially companies like EA and Activision Blizzard, who are already trying to eat up your bank account, like the one time in SpongeBob where Patrick was gonna starve, even though he ate all the chocolate. Look, I know people in the comments are gonna be like, oh, this guy is just a Nintendo hater, he hates Nintendo. Yeah, you know what? I do hate Nintendo, the company, not the games. I hate the corporate side of Nintendo. The side of Nintendo that makes these greedy ass decisions because they know their fans will buy up anything they produce. I hate the executives that make these types of decisions because the developers that have absolutely nothing to do with their decision making will take some flack for this as well. The developers of these games don't deserve any type of negativity. They put their blood, sweat, and tears into these games, and that's why I came back to Nintendo after a couple years of not playing their games, because guess what? Their games are just that good, and Nintendo knows that too, and that's the sad truth. Over these past couple of years, I feel like gamers are starting to have less and less self-control, me included. I feel like this doesn't happen very often, and it's kind of rare for gamers to boycott a video game that is so clearly riddled with bugs and predatory monetization that makes even a pyramid scheme look like child's play, just because it has their favorite character in it, and so they buy it, regardless of the state of the product. It doesn't matter if it's unoptimized, it doesn't matter if it's 150 gigabytes, it doesn't matter if the game has little to no content. it has your favorite character in it, or it's your favorite franchise, so you end up buying it anyways. And that's why I think, and you can quote me on this as well, the $60 price standardization, at least for video games in general, will start to be on the decline. It's going to diminish. Because if the Nintendo Switch 2 sells well, gaming as a whole will be nothing more than a high-end luxury. And at that point, I would just go from buying high-end, well-known game titles to supporting indie games that cost way less and is usually way more polished than AAA games that are double, sometimes even triple the price of one or two indie games. I can't even imagine being a kid and growing up with Nintendo and begging my parents to buy me a Nintendo Switch 2 game because they're going to see that $80 to $90 price tag, and I would rather use that money for literally anything else, especially in this economy right now, because groceries are expensive as hell, and I wouldn't blame them for that. But as a kid, I would be heartbroken. No matter what I say and what I do, most likely the Switch 2 will be a huge success. And knowing the inevitable state of gaming is going to turn for the worst, I at least wanted to put a video out knowing that I at least did something to hopefully make at least one or two people think twice about buying into these non-consumer friendly prices and accepting this type of behavior from not just Nintendo, but other companies in general, outside of gaming. And, well, no matter how old I get, Nintendo never changes at all. They always take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. I was actually planning to upload my last video to YouTube before this one, since I'm going to be taking a break from uploading content for quite a while, and I'll have a video out talking about that in more detail at a later date. But I felt like I had to make this video because it's been a while since I felt this strongly about something that I was passionate enough about, and I wanted to express that and capture that feeling before it disappeared. A weird reason, I know, but this YouTube channel is like a journal to me, so I wanted to record my thoughts on this before it slipped my mind, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah. Thank you for watching the video, if you got this far. I hope everyone here has a great day, afternoon, evening, wherever you're at, and until next time. Bye!